But the goals never changed. The overall goal was whatever position I was in, I had to use my gifts every single day to help people because I may not be here. I had to reel it back in and say, okay, that's your fault, Christina. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Just change it. I actually don't even stay mad at them, because for me, it's just not, it doesn't help with this equilibrium of energy.
Energy fields are intrinsically linked. So you normally have to work with the human and their animals, because there's a lot of key decisions that are affecting each other. And your CV is so impressive. I'm going to let you introduce yourself to my audience, if that's okay.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you for your comments and your compliment. First of all, I appreciate that. That was very kind. I am a, psychologist at first. I have a master's of science, but I really focused a lot on rehabilitation of the body, as well as psychology. And then my first doctorate degree was in counseling psychology. I heard different people argue about my education, and the truth is I have 3 doctorate degrees, just in different areas, from strategic science to psychology to counseling. My postdoc, I did focus a lot on nanobiotechnology and nutrition as well. And I focused a lot on pharmaceutical operations and management of manufacturing. And the reason I did that is I've worked in biotech and pharma. I was a psychologist as well, and I really wanted to go full circle and understand not just how to develop products, but how to manufacture them, and then how to really help people. And for me, my focus has always been the mind, body, and spirit. It has never been just the body, to be honest, because at the age of 25, I had cancer. I lost a child. I had a brain tumor. Before that, I had Lyme disease. And basically, I had a cascade of events that happened, and I was worried I wasn't going to really make it. And so from that day on, and I had a sick, lost a child, and then another child that was sick. And so from that day on, I really understood. It was eye-opening to me, because I had a pretty good life. Some things had gone wrong, like all of us, but it really woke me up to understand what was really important. And it really wasn't my physical health that it woke up. It woke me up spiritually and emotionally and mentally, and to understand that I needed to spend every day on this earth doing the best I could and with what I was given. And what I mean by that, it was really important to me that I use the gifts, because we all have important gifts that we're given, right? But you have to basically align those gifts spiritually, energetically, and again, emotionally, mentally, and physical, to achieve things that you need to achieve. So from that day forward, I really looked at it like, okay, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. So while I'm here, what is my goal? What am I supposed to do? And that's when it really hit me. I'm supposed to be a positive example. Yes, God gave me a scientific, mathematical mind. It runs in my family. And, but I was an artist. My mom's a musician. And I thought, gosh, how do I incorporate all of this? And really, everybody that I meet, my goal was to try to heal, right? And try to promote wellness and health. And for me, it wasn't even about the length of my life, like I said, because I didn't know, what was going to happen. It was, I love your cat. I love animals.
Yeah, so do I. Sorry about that. She was just about to knock everything flying.
So beautiful, by the way, beautiful. I always believe, I don't want to get off topic. I love animals. I feel like they're spirit animals. I feel like they're here for us to share an experience as well. But going back to this, from that day on, I really kind of changed. I spent hour after hour trying to really focus so that I could give back. And I'm not a martyr. I'm not someone that thinks that I don't enjoy, I don't deserve to be happy, or that I just want to give. It really taught me about this equilibrium too during that time of, it's important to give, but it's also important to receive, right? Yeah. And so it's really, for me, was eye-opening. So in a time where we know there's so many environmental toxins that are causing more cancer, causing more autoimmune disorders, causing more spiritual, emotional, mental issues, I focused on creating solutions. And at first I did that a lot in the pharmaceutical and biotech. And even going back to when I was first diagnosed as a psychologist, I started researching and implementing that into how I was treating patients there. But moving on to pharmaceutical and biotech, I started, I really felt like I was helping people. I would do a lot of patient talks as well as a counselor, and became a scientist in those companies, and was moved over to the research side. That really was not my intention, but because of my education, they did that. So that propelled me, of course, to go back to school again and really focus more on development. But the goals never changed. The overall goal was whatever position I was in, I had to use my gifts every single day to help people because I may not be here, right? And so through that, I actually was able to get rid of the brain tumor. That doesn't mean it won't come back, and I know that. My syringomyelia in the spine is very small. It's a tumor that's inside the spinal cord, and it has not been growing, which is really great too. And then I had melanoma, squamous, basal. I had cancer throughout my body. So I never thought for 1 second, I'm never going to have this again. I never crossed my mind. I just knew this is my journey now. I have to accept it. I went through days where I felt sorry for myself. And then I realized this isn't helping me either. I still go through those days. Like this weekend, I realized I had not.
You and Clayton are attracting into your community people that feel the same, because we have to share and provide solutions. And I've really, I'm a biologist, I'm a natural health practitioner. I've had lots of different careers. My main passion is working with animals. So what drew me to yours and Clayton's company was the fact that here I had a solution. Because when we have animals in our lives with the human-animal connection, our energy fields are intrinsically linked. So you normally have to work with the human and their animals, because there's a lot of key decisions that are affecting each other. And your products are beautiful for animals and for humans. I've had just phenomenal results with them. But everything you said there about sharing and playing it forward is exactly, I think, exactly what we need right now, with everything that everyone's been through, regardless of what information you found out over the last 2 years and the dark places and discoveries people have made. I feel now is a time for really focusing our attention and our energy on the solutions.
I agree with you. They have this energetic field. They have this energy that's really important. And a lot of that energy is very healing. For dogs, and you know this as much or more than me, they can help. They can sense when something's wrong. They'll come lay by you when they know you need help. And I kind of look at the products that I've made kind of like that. And that's the article I just wrote, which is about, it's Valentine's Day, and we need love, we need support. And especially when we go through a time of crisis, and we have friends that will hug us, or pets that will come and sit by us when we do that. Well, we've got to get the inside of our bodies help, right? Every day, but especially in times of crisis, even more. And as you know, we've had that experience recently. Someone said to me, do animals not get COVID? Can animals not get viruses? I said, absolutely. They can't communicate it the same to us, but they can in their own way. And of course, there's lots of scientists that will debate that, but it's a no-brainer that animals do get viruses. They do get bacteria and parasites and fungus, which is one of the reasons that sometimes we will use animals when we're doing research, right? But it's, for me, if you do anything to an animal or a child that's negative, you're harming the best of our society, the best of our world, because energetically, they almost have this pure light, a lot of animals and a lot of children, right? Because it hasn't been dimmed by all that's happened. Yeah. And so my hope is that we continue to give our bodies what we need, to show the support and love, because it's essential, it's imperative. And I don't know how anyone could actually disagree with that. Scientifically, it's been tough. I'll tell you this, as a scientist, for me, because I have worked for a lot of these companies, I'm disappointed a little bit in some of the approaches. I feel like as scientists and doctors and healthcare workers and researchers, we are obligated to tell the truth and to holistically, through a continuum approach and holistic and collective approach, look at everything. And unfortunately, sometimes science can become about money, more that it can become about healing. Someone asked me the other day if I was aware of that. And I said, yes, I'm aware of that. I also know that we have some control to step in and to be this light, this force, this brain power. Even, you and I are scientists. We can make comments and they should be respected. But unfortunately, you're right. Scientists have been under attack if they don't go along with the narrative recently. I think that's changing.